Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. On today's video we're going to be installing 2 new birdhouses as well as a beautiful bird bath courtesy of Plow and Hearth. They so generously gifted these items to me to trial in my garden to see how they would complement our bird sanctuary area. The larger of the birdhouse was installed on a 4x4 pressure treated post, and the smaller birdhouse was installed on a fence post that was also pressure treated. The 4x4 post was sunken 2 feet into the ground and cemented there to ensure that it would be stable in the event of a storm. The pressure treated fence post was installed a foot in the ground, and it was also cemented to ensure that in the event of a storm it will not blow over. Make sure to watch the entire video because I provide tips on where to place a birdhouse, how high to hang the birdhouse, as well as how far from the birdhouse your water source should be, as well as your feed source. You do not want to miss these so that we can provide for our birds safe nesting places. Here I am adding the pole to the hole. What I did is I dug a hole, as I stated, 24 inches deep. Now I'm putting the pole in to make sure that the birdhouse is going to be at the height that I predetermined. Now that I have it set in the hole, I'm going to make sure that it's level. I'm also going to add cement to the hole and actually tampen the hole down to make sure that it is nice and tight. It had just rained and was going to rain that night, and it is one of those quick set cement, so I knew that with the rain that we were going to get, it would be sufficient to cement it in place. Once I got that set, I went and picked up the birdhouses off the porch and came time to install. Isn't this beautiful? This bird is going to have some deluxe accommodations. So the reason why I chose this birdhouse is because it is very similar to one that I already have in the yard. It has been in the yard 4 years, made by the same company, and I knew from previous experience that it would hold up nicely. Is this not stunning? The actual house itself is white with copper accents, similar to the other. With the major difference between the two is the shape, the pitch of the roof line. This one has a steeper roof line than the other one does, but overall it is still gorgeous. And I think it's going to be wonderful once I paint the post, which I'm gonna let it sit for a week or two. Since I just put it in and it's pressure treated wood, you need to let it sit for a little bit and dry out. And then I'll actually paint it white. I think it'll look pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to need screws, and I need the ladder. Okay, so let me give a little bit of information. When mounting a birdhouse, you want to be at least 5 feet off the ground. This is an 8-foot 4x4 post, and I sank it 2 feet in the ground, leaving 6 feet exposed. When I mount the birdhouse, which looks to be about 24, 26 inches high, it'll gain a few more inches and be out of the reach of most predators. The biggest thing you want to do is make sure your cat can't jump and get to the birds. You don't want to set up a buffet for your cat, right? Is number one. Number two, you want it to be in an area in your yard that's not high traffic, so the birds feel safe going there. This is not a high traffic area. This is between my office and this flower bed and the side of my house. We park, but way down that side. So this side is hardly ever used. So the birds will have a sense of privacy. I am also installing another birdhouse, which I'm going to put on the other side of that tree. And it will be 2 in the area. Actually, there's a third one behind the camera. One thing that's recommended is not to put your water source, so your bird bath, directly next to your birdhouse because of predators. They basically will camp out and just wait. So it's recommended that you place it at least a 7-foot distance and up to 30 feet away if possible. Now I have water sources scattered all around the yard. I have in total 8 bird baths. So they'll have plenty of water. Plus we have the stream back here / creek, plenty of water. So that's where that's going. I also have 3 feeders hanging on a shepherd's hook that has 4 hooks, and that'll get them plenty of food. I also have seed heads and berries and things like that around the yard that they can go and scavenge for if they don't like what I'm offering as food. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna now take the screws and actually mount the birdhouse to the 4x4 and add the top, and then I'm done where that's concerned for today. I'll get started on the next one. here is the other birdhouse. Isn't it cute? And look, there's a space to open in the back and check to see, and also to clean it out. Nice. So I'm going to hang this one from that little hook that I just attached to that post and call it a day. The other thing that I installed was this bird bath, and it's not in its permanent location because I have to get a paver. I've not been to town. My plan is to get a large paver for it to sit on, so this dirt that you see splashing up on here won't happen, and that it'll be level. I'm going to dig it down, level it, put the paver, and then put the bird bath on. But you saw we had enough rain that it filled in the bird bath. And I'm going to leave it there for our birds to use. It's that time of year where they're looking for a house to go to. Hello everyone, it's me again. It's been a couple of days because we've had nothing but rain all day yesterday, and by the time I got done the day before, it was too dark to show you what I had gotten finished. So here is the first birdhouse that you watched me install, and I think it looks really pretty there. The reason I put it there is so that I can watch out of my office window as the birds come and go. I probably should have turned the opening towards my office, but I didn't. It's something I can always do. The next birdhouse that I installed was this one over here. Is this not the cutest thing? It has an opening in the front for the birds to use, and then in the back it has an opening for me to access and clean. All in all, I say this area is coming together. You see my dog. Do you see that? And now she's going to want to go in my house with her dirty self. So she's going to have to get a brushing before she goes inside. Anyway, I think between the plants that we have and these things that we've added for the birds, we are doing really, really well. That's it for today's video, everyone. I want to say a special thank you to Plow and Hearth for their generosity of the addition of these birdhouses and bird bath to my garden. I know I will have many years of bird watching because of them. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Until next time, happy gardening.